Alright guys, welcome back. This video is finally coming out. It's been a long time in the making. Let it be known that I took some time, did some stats, did everything I needed to do to prepare myself for this video. I know the whiteboard probably doesn't seem that big, but unfortunately we're going to have to work with what we have right now, and it's gonna be fine. I have all the stats here, so I'm gonna do the best of my abilities to bring you the best quality content with what I have working with. Anyways, let's get into it. Game one between the Wheeling Nailers and the Cincinnati Cyclones, and boy was it a doozy. I was there, I got to experience it all. And I can tell by first initial thoughts that this is a lot more of an aggressive Nailers team, and that's what I really like about it. Coach Papuano said that he wanted to bring more offense to the team, and we got a lot of it. It was also very defensive at times, which is what you need in a hockey game, and winners get the job done. All right, as I predicted, you can't tell me I didn't predict it because go to my preview video. I promise you I did. 3:31 in the first period. Cole Timken and Portillo. I found out it is Portillo, not Portillo. It is Portillo. They dropped the gloves. And actually talking to him after the game, or after the game was said and done, Cole previously said that he actually really didn't want to make it much of a fight, which is kind of surprising because he's a nice heavyweight. He can make a fight happen if he wants to happen. But honestly, like I said, Cole wants to be more involved in the offense, and you will see as this preview goes on that it is like he's going to make that happen. He'll still be a fighter, but it wasn't really much of a fight. Both threw some punches, then they kind of just slipped and fell. So I'd count it as a draw. Cincinnati crowd went wild, but Cole's main purpose was to boost this team. And not long after that, he does that. As with, the game, it was 3:31 the time of the fight. At 3:54, Mike Posma gets his first as a Wheeling Nailer. And I was really excited for this kid coming out of Boston College because I'm a really big University of Maine guy. So I got to watch a lot of Boston College U Maine. And Mike Posma is going to be a very special talent. I think he will probably get called up within the next 2 to 3 years. I think it's just a matter of time. That Mike Posma goal was assisted by Logan Pietola and Tommy Budnick. They both get their first of the years in terms of points. Logan's not first of his career. Tommy Budnick is first of his career though. So that is very good to get the young guys in, get the young guys involved. Back and forth until the 1753 mark, where Cole Timken gets a nice feed from Tommy Budnick, which is his second assist, and Daniel Latch. Daniel Latch gets his first assist of the year. I don't know much about him, but I think he's going to do very well. I still yet to talk to a lot of them. I got to talk to a few of them, but I really want to get more insight on the other players as a whole, just to kind of get to know them a little more. But unfortunately, the Nailers' 2-goal lead does not last long, because with 8 seconds to go in the first period at the 1952 mark, Luke Granger scores his first goal, assisted by Ryan Kerwin and Ryan McCleary. They both get their first assists of the night. It was kind of a weird shot, I would say, like, because Pavlenko made the initial save and then it kind of went out, and that is where Granger just turned around and ripped it. And I don't think any top tier goalie is, making that save. So if they do, it's a once in a blue moon shot. Unfortunately, also at the 20-minute mark, Matt Corsia gets a penalty, which will be very important later, as you will come to find out here in a second. So Matt Corsia, I'm sure he didn't want to get the penalty, but if you remove someone's helmet, it wasn't a scrum, and if you remove someone's helmet, unfortunately, that is a penalty. So at the 20-minute mark, he gets that notch. Second period, and this is where the penalty becomes important. Actually, no, I lied. Let's backtrack a little bit. Let's go back to the first period. The Nailers went 0 for 1 on the power play. Cincinnati went 0 for 1 on the power play until 37 seconds into the second period, where Cincinnati Cyclones captain Justin Vive would get the equalizer. It is assisted by Ben King and Brendan Kressler. So they get their first notches. The captain gets his first goal of the year, and that's just how it does. It was a bounce off shot. No, I'm sorry. It was the first goal. His first goal was a deflected shot. So Pavlenko did really, really well on saving the clean shots. Like any shot he got a really good look at, he saved it. It was the awkward and weird shots that went in. So back and forth the second period, and for the most part, until the 1341 mark, where Aiden Sutter and Andrew Noel would get roughing minors. Now, I did not get a really good video of this, or else I would have shared it on my TikTok, which, by the way, follow me on there, Nailers Fan Base CCHO. But yeah, Aiden Sutter and Noel would get roughing minors, and it wasn't really much of a scrum, but I really like how Aiden's getting more physical. Last year, he wasn't like too physical. This year, he's starting to get a lot more physical, and that is always appreciated in a blue-collar town like Wheeling, West Virginia. So then, at the 1955 mark, so 5 seconds left to go in the second period, the Nailers would strike again. Zach Yurdahl would get his first as a Nailer, actually his first in his pro career. So that was really good. It was a really weird shot. Like it banked off the post and went in. Like he was already down. Like Appleby wasn't going to be able to make that save because he was already down. But it was a really good shot. It was a really good attempt by Appleby to try and get that. His will be assisted by Zach Gallant, and Daniel Latch would get his second assist of the night. Cyclones went 1 for 1 on the carryover penalty, and no penalties were called on the Nailers. I mean, besides the roughing call, but there was no power plays for Cincinnati in the third period. Or second period, I apologize. In the third period, at the 4:34 mark, Justin Vive would get his second of the game on a on a shot that hit Pavlenko's pad, and Justin Vive just happened to be there to scoop the cookies and put it in the cookie jar. So he was assisted by Rhett Parsons and Jake Johnson. Again, we went back and forth in this third period, and for the most part, it was really quiet until the 1827 mark, where when he was bothered all day, and he got that penalty. I'm sure he wanted a redemption chance, and everybody was trying to go at him. They wanted Matt Corsia. Matt Corsia does not fight. Instead, Matt Corsia will make you pay. And at the 1827 mark, he lights the lamp, assisted by Logan Pietola and Cole Timken. Pietola gets his second assist of the game. Cole Timken gets his first assist of the game. But, Cole Timken already had a goal earlier in the game and a fight. He had a Gordie Howe hat trick. Then, 30 seconds later, to seal the deal, Braden Edwards at the 1857 mark would get a breakaway chance and not look back as he puts it into the back of the net, and it is completely unassisted. The Nailers went 0 for 1 in the power play in the third period. The Cyclones went 0 for 1 on the power play in the third period. The shots on goal. The Nailers led the first period 14-10. Cincinnati led the shots on goal 12-9, and the Nailers led the third period in shots 15-8 with a total of Nailers 38, Cincinnati 30. My post game opinions. My post game opinions on it was fantastic. You're never gonna get a complaint out of me in a Nailers win. Um, I think there was a lot. It was a lot defensive, and then it was a really like offensive game when it needed to be. I think the defense needed a little bit of cleanup in some areas, but for the most part, it was no harm, no foul. That being said, this was only the first game. This is only a little taste of what we have to show. Ryan Papuano gets his first win as the Nailers head coach, and he gets his first, ECHL win, obviously. So the next set of games will be Friday and Saturday against the Maine Mariners up in Maine. Unfortunately, I will not be going to those games because Maine is kind of far. Maine is at the top of the state. So, that being said, you will get a game preview for me Thursday or Friday. No, sorry, not Thursday or Friday. It's gonna have to be tomorrow because this video is coming out later than I want it to be. But that's just because I haven't had a day off. So the way this is gonna work is if the Nailers have a single game, you will get a game preview for me, and then a couple days later, you should get the game results for me. If there is a 2-game set weekend, I will do the preview, and then I will refrain from doing post games for the 1-1, and instead you will get a preview or a result of both games that will be like a couple days after. That's how I want to work this. We'll see how it goes because the ECHL likes to do 3 games in 3 days most of the time. So, yeah, this is really fun. But it's all for the love of the game, you know? Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching this post game result. I will talk to you guys later.